Welcome back to Canadian Tire Motorsport Park as we get set for restart number 3 here in the Clarington 200, getting down to the ending of this one. Just a handful of laps left to be completed. The field will double up, and this is a very important restart for not just the front of the field, for everybody.
Well, Andrew Ranger is going to have to get up through the gearbox if he wants to beat Steckley. But, you know, the important thing is he can bury Steckley on the bottom side of turn 1 and be in position A heading for turn 2. But these guys are good at their craft. We'll have to see how it plays out. And
Scott Steckley gets the option of dictating the pace as the race leader. He's been leaving early on the other restarts. He's been doing the same thing. We'll see. He keeps him in check through turn number 10. You see the field starting a bunch. Watch Clute. He gave him a bump the last time. Didn't have to this time as Steckley jams on the gas and he gets a great jump.
Wow, everybody dives down the bottom. The top 3 are single file, side by side to 1776.
You see the 3-car Jason Hathaway rubbing fenders with a 0-4 of Dumoulin, but they make it cleanly through 1 now, headed for 2, and they rub again.
Not a lot of room down in turn 2, but if he can hang in there, he'll have him beat the 4.
They're all clear because they're all single file through turn number 3 on board with the Mopar Dodge. Andrew Ranger takes a quick peek into 5, but he'll tail the 22 through 5B and now down the back straightaway as Kennington gets a little bit crooked on corner exit off of 5, and that'll open the door for the 0-4 of Dumoulin riding on board with a 76 of Lapsevich.
Short shift, put it in the draft, and let it hunt. There he is, full in the throttle. Staying pretty much even. He's starting to pull a little bit, but he's not going to get a look this time.
Lapsevich pretty comfortable in the driver's seat of the Dodge Challenger. And look at the gap that the 22 was able to open down that back straightaway. That's going to come in handy a little bit later on.
But right there in that technical turn 8 and 9, Ranger a little better than Steckley in the 22.
It all comes down to who's been able to save their tires the most. Andrew Ranger, who has a lot of wins on the road courses throughout his NASCAR career, not just in the Canadian Tire Series, but also in the K&N West Series and ARCA as well. He knows how to get around a road course, and he's shown his way around Canadian Tire Motorsport Park in the past.
Steckley not laying off. You can see that car. He's got a handful. He's wheeling that thing, I'll tell you.
Steckley has a best result here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park of 3rd coming back in 2012. He is your race leader as we continue to tick off the laps in the dying stages here of the Pinty's presents the Clarington 200.
The entrance to 5 right there is one of the best braking zone and passing zones, but also it's really a good spot to set the guy up to run up the backstretch.
See the door panel flapping on the number 18 EpiPen Chevy of Pierre-Luc Ouellette, but the car still seems to be working just fine as he's tucked in behind the WeatherTech.ca Dodge of LP Dumoulin.
LP thundering up the backstretch trying to get a spot.
Clute a little bit crooked on the brakes in turn number 8 as he's just ahead of a veteran. So maybe a little bit of rookie nerves coming into play as we get into the latter stages of this race. Steckley is your race leader. The 27 of Andrew Ranger is holding on second as we hit the last lap. One more tour around Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, 2.4 miles.
10 turns and a short run to the checker, Dave.
Steckley and Ranger now with Clute quite a distance behind, so it'll be between these two to sort it out here in this race. Ranger will look to the outside in turn number 3. He'll try to make something happen at 4.
Ranger all over the back of that car, not trying to show his hand right now. He was way out there on the right-hand side of that turn 3, hoping Steckley would dive the bottom. Here we are for 5.
Steckley will be watching his mirror right here. He'll tuck it to the inside. Ranger takes a look. No contact as they make their way through 5B and now down the back straightaway.
Now it's all about horsepower, Dave.
Ranger will be in that draft, though. He's close enough to get a sniff of it on the back bumper of the Canadian Tire Dodge down the back straightaway. Scott Steckley leading Andrew Ranger. They're trying to get everything out of these race cars in through turn number 8. Steckley has a bit of a gap on Ranger now. Looking to turn number 9, and here comes Ranger to the inside.
Steckley, close the door. There's contact.
Side by side through turn number 10. Lapsevich will come home second. Steckley manages to finish inside the top 10. Believe that one.
Jeff Lapsevich one more time finishes second here in this race.
Wow. Shades of 2008, a 20-yard Quebec. But they're almost in disbelief. There's a torn-up Mopar Dodge of Andrew Ranger. Have another look at this.
Ranger gets down into the braking zone first. Steckley tries to protect. Big contact, and then I'm sure he's just seeing red and drives right over the top.
Neither one wanted to lift in that last corner, and Steckley bounced off the wall. Dumoulin almost got into the back of him, but jumped on the brakes, and he'll come home in third spot. Right on board with Andrew Ranger.
A lot of contact. Then big contact on the front stretch. There goes the 22 over the top.
And then into the tire wall goes Andrew Ranger. Now on board with the 22 of Steckley. He's doing a lot of steering there, and there's the contact up and over the front end of the Castro, or the Mopar Dodge of Andrew Ranger. And now from third place, you get to see this all play out from Gary Clute. Here is your gift, Mr. Clute. And there's the checkered flag as Clute will come home and take his very first NASCAR Canadian Tire Series win.
Well, there's Steckley and Burns having a discussion after the race. There's no sense the crew chiefs arguing, Dave. They weren't driving the cars.
But that man was. Gary Clute will drive it into victory lane. That's where we'll see him next.